Okay, so this is going to be a combination of not only the today's video review, but the insider's video review. We're going to do a little bit of a glimpse of the new VEA Smart Signal software. This is Friday, February the 5th, 2016 for Drum Energy Bands. Please read our trading disclaimer. So today we look at the weak dot push as we do to show this particular trade has an 87% edge. Today wasn't quite that good, but we did have 7 trades. 4 of them were winners, 1 was a loss, and 2 were break even. I'm going to showcase the new software and show the loss live. I've captured it with the software so that you can see how the software would have kept you out of taking that particular weak dot push buy. And that'll be at the end of this video here. So if you want to see the software live, just stay tuned until the very end. Okay, so if you're just joining us, the blue dot is above the solid white midline. That's a sign of strength. That's the setup. We wait for price to pull back into the block below the solid white midline into the lower purple yellow overlap here. And we look to see the strength coming up out of here. Really like this setup because we associate it with the white dotted line. That means we're going down to this 98.99 level here in the lower green. Essentially, when we pop up into this upper yellow here, we have a weak dot. This blue dot is below the solid white midline, and we have a V reversal here, which means on the red brick we're going to go short with our stop 2 ticks above this high because the high is above the upper pink energy band. So a very small risk on this. You're looking at about a 4.04 stop with an entry probably at about 2, so you're going to be risking $100 per contract on this short with an opportunity to get down to 98.99. So we did get down to 99, as you can see. We flushed down to 99. So from 02, that doesn't give us a lot of points, but that's 3 points. Risk 2, we made 3. Pretty good. So that's a winner. Let's look at the other ones. I'm not going to go through them all in that great a detail, but I'll show them here coming up. So you can see this is a strong dot down into the lower green energy band, pulls back with a weak dot. This is the opportunity to get long. What we're doing, as you know, we're drum energy bands, we're leaning against the bands because we have a very specific level of geometry to use. You'll notice here that the trigger here for the green brick, price came within less than a tick of this lower green energy band, but that means our stop has to be 2 ticks below this lower green energy band. So the whole trade is based on the fact that we're associating into the lower green energy band. This is the higher charts lower green energy band. So we use the focus charts lower green energy band on the right chart here to lean against with a tighter stop, which is this purple lower energy band. Again, it moves up here. These are all bullish signs, along with the fact that the dot, when it pushes back down into it, is higher than this dot here. This dot, you'll notice, is higher here. So these are all very, very important things to consider when we're leaning against support. Is it a strong lean? Well, if you got in here and you rode up to the upper energy band and you decided to take profits, this was the next entry right here, because we're dealing with this white dotted line in the middle. That's the higher charts mid. When it can't push down, we're going to go up to 3.5, 4.5, this upper pink energy band. So you want to get on board that energy, and you can see the price pops right on up to it. So this is the loser, and this is the one that I'm showcasing the software at the end of this video. You'll notice that you may have not noticed, but this dot is dipping below the solid white midline, and if you were to take that, the software is going to keep you out of that. But I'm calling this a loss because, you know, if you took it, you know, you might have gotten out of break even, but maybe not. But essentially, the software is going to keep you out. Essentially, you'll notice that the setup and everything is explained at the end of this video. So we got a weak dot push. We're thinking that because we're associating with this white dotted line here, we should be going down to 94.95, this lower green energy band. You can see when we sell here, we don't get permission to go below. So that's why I'm calling this a break-even trade. And the thing about it is, when we pop higher, our upper pink energy band, there could have been another short there, but notice the dot here is higher than this dot, and we're not including that at all. But it makes a lot of sense, leaning on the higher chart's upper energy band with weak dot pushes coming in on our trade chart. But let's look at our next. Okay, this one's a winner. We're targeting back on down to at least the mid. We're coming up from the mid here, so we're expecting to go down to 03.5, 4.5. But if you're just basing it on the weak dot push, this here setup is right on the edge. In other words, so this trade here, you can see that we're on the edge of being a strong dot. This is definitely a weak dot. It's equal or lower. So, a V reversal up into this upper pink energy band is where we're going to trade locate, right? We want to lean on that termination with a stop 2 ticks above the upper energy band, targeting back to at least 6.5 on that trade. And we flush a little lower, then we get a weak dot push and it bounces. So that was a small winner. This one I really like because you get a nice strong dot, pulls back to the midline here on the higher chart, bounces up. We're up into the upper termination here on the focus chart. On the right chart here, this is the termination from the left focus chart. So on a red brick, we're going to go short, but our stop's going to be above the upper energy band by 2 ticks. Because the white dotted midline on the higher chart's not pushing up, we're going to target 87, 88 at a minimum. And you can see price flushes lower down into 87, 88. Now then we get a buy opportunity. You'll notice that this one I'm calling a break even. Strong dot down, a little bit of a lower dot, back on into the the midline here on the higher chart, having great difficulty going up. So we're calling that a break even. So stay tuned to the end of the video here. We're going to show you the loser and how you could have stayed out of it with the new VEA Smart Signal software. And if you have any questions, send us to jb@drumenergybands.com. The software is soon to be released. Thank you.